Athena and Mark walked in an awkward silence as she thought of ways to start a conversation after their date. Athena wanted to apologize. She felt responsible for the whole Lily fit. She wanted to tell him how she wanted to run out of there and risk causing a wall-shaped hole in her. But she didn't know what to say, and yet there was so much she wanted to say. There were many conversation starters she thought of before she cowardly kept her mouth shut. "So, that was an interesting date," he said, breaking the awkward silence, walking towards her apartment door. "Yeah, it was very interesting." Athena quickly agreed and laughed nervously. "You and that guy seem to be awkward together. I'm sorry, it's complicated." "I thought you were their wedding planner." "I am their wedding planner." "Then what's so complicated?" Mark asked, and they stood in front of her apartment door. "Wait, are you two—" No, she said quickly, her eyes widened with horror as she shook her head. "Caleb and I used to date. He broke up with me ages ago," Athena explained, her face red, and she leaned against the door. She was horrified about the idea of being with a taken man, and it was weird for her to hear him ask that. "Does she know?" "No, we decided it's best not to mention it." "Could have fooled me." "What do you mean?" Athena asked, raising an eyebrow. "First of all," he began to say, and took a moment to sigh before he continued to speak. "He looked at you like you were the only girl in the room." "He did not. He hates my guts. Again, could have fooled me." Yeah, sure," she sarcastically said, rolling her eyes and laughing. She could not believe what he was saying. Caleb couldn't still care, let alone still love her. Second of all, you could only look at him, not me. "That's not true," she responded, blinking in disbelief. "I looked at you plenty of times. Not the same way as him. Mark, I'm sorry, you were great, a doll even. But we're just not a good match?" "Yeah," she answered in a soft murmur and nodded slowly. "I like you, but not in a romantic way." "Same here, I didn't feel anything," he began to say and shrugged. "Even before they showed up. In all honesty, I am still glad we met." "Me too, even though we didn't match. You're attractive, but I see you as a friend type." "Same, you are beautiful, but I see you the same." "But it's weird, you're Tisa's type, but not mine." "I like her, actually, but she asked me to meet you," Mark said and smiled weakly. "You like her?" Athena asked, beaming as her eyes lit up with joy. "Yeah, but I wanted to make her happy, so here we are." "You should ask her out, see where it goes." "You think she'd say yes?" "You'll never know until you try," Athena answered and smiled up at him. "So, friends?" Mark asked, raising his arm, offering his hand for a handshake. "I'd like that, Mark," Athena responded, taking his hand and lightly shaking it. "For the record," he began to say, letting go of her grip and smiling more. "Caleb downgraded, Lily sucks. She might be unpleasant, but she's the upgrade." "Nah, you are a good person and better looking," Mark said, winking at her, making her laugh. "Thanks," she giggled and slowly nodded. "I'll pretend to believe you." "But you should believe it," he said. "He should never have let you go."